What Am Logic's back with another one. Today we're going to look at Nelly. He got interviewed by Willie D on Willie D Live, and he's going to be talking about why he's performing at the Trump rally. I don't know, by the time this video gets up, you're probably gonna have already done it and the inauguration will happen and everything. But you got rappers like him, Snoop, Rick Ross, Soulja Boy all performing at the Trump inauguration. Some of them have been changing their tunes since the last time Trump was president. But either way, I would like to hear Nelly's explanation. Some rappers, I know where they stand politically. Some I don't. So before we do that, make sure you leave a like, comment, sub. If not one, then all three. Now, let's get to the video.
It's Willie D, y'all, back with another episode of information and instructions to help you navigate.
His intro sounds like mine, or my intro sounds like his.
Through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. Coming live and direct from the nation's capital. A legend.
He out there.
Icon. A Grammy. Something I ain't never got, man. But I really want to cuss right now, but I'm going to go and salute you on it.
You damn sure deserve it. I appreciate that. Grammy
award-winning Nelly is in the building, man. Nelly, man. Hey, King. It's good to talk to you. It's good to chop it up with you, man.
You too, my brother. You too.
Say, man, I knew that we was going to be talking soon, but I didn't know we was going to be talking about this.
Yeah.
Yes. So, man, when I hear people talking about performing at Trump's inauguration, you know, I'm hearing all types of things, and then next thing you know, somebody say Nelly performing, and I say, hell no. I said, hell no. Picked up the phone. Say, man, don't do it. Don't do it. Reconsider. You know,
don't do it.
And you told me something that was very interesting. At first, the conversation for me was I just wanted to know what you was thinking. But after you explained what your position, man, you know, I had to fall back a little, you know, because all of us have different experiences, and we all do things according to our experiences, and you know how we move. The way Nelly do something might be different from the way Willie D do something, but that don't make Nelly a bad person. That don't make Willie D a bad person, right?
Not at all. I think that's what democracy is, right? That's what we're supposed to have, the option of choices. Right. So what we do is we tend to sometimes make a quick, I would say, response to something that on the surface may seem like it's effed up because we don't agree with something else. Like I told you, I said, OG, I'm not political. I'm not out here trying to tell anybody who they should vote for. You know what I'm saying? This is not a campaign trail. This is not me telling you, yo, you should vote for this candidate or you should vote for this candidate. I think you should do your homework and figure out what best helps you and the people who you love and who you provide for, and you know how that runs. Because
I just think that's a funny thing to say when you're performing for the president that's basically going to, if he does what he says he wants to do, it's going to harm you and your people around you by making things more expensive, by deporting people and making the economy go into flux and all these other things, and trying to start wars with other countries. I think all of those things are pretty bad for you and those around you. And while you're talking about doing homework, did you do that homework? And yeah, he won now, but that don't mean you got to support it?
Because I'm clueless on a lot of
that's
things when it get down to it. You know what I mean? Like they start putting two and three things. You think you voting for one thing and come to find out you was voting for two or three things. So I would feel messed up in my head if I told some brother or some sister, yo, you should vote for this. This is going to help Black businesses. But in that, at the same time, I didn't know that voting for that would take away from your Medicaid. And then that's what directly would have affected you. Then now I feel effed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I didn't know that. So what I tend to say is, yo, do your own homework and make your own decisions about it. But what I will say is,
did he do any?
I respect the office. this isn't politics. The politics.
Trump doesn't even respect the office. What are we talking about? You respect the office that the man that won doesn't respect because he tried to steal it a few years ago, 5 years ago. So what are we really talking about, bro? Jesus Christ, I respect the office. He don't respect the office, so you shouldn't bend the knee to respect him. If he don't respect the office you claim you respect it.
For me, it's over. He won. He's the president. He's the commander-in-chief of what I would like to say is the best country in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know if a lot of people know that, but I know everybody knows I'm from St. Louis. Everybody knows St. Louis is what made me. That's what I wear on my chest and my heart. But I was born on a military base in Austin. My father served. My grandfather served. My uncle served. My auntie served. My cousins served. I've entertained the troops all around this world. I've entertained the troops. Ain't no money in that. That's something that I felt I had to do. Because
troops is different than the president that doesn't respect the Constitution or the troops he's supposed to be in commander-in-chief over.
Because I was one of those kids on those military bases. You see what I'm saying? Far be it at a young age, but I was there.
That was strange. That was really strange. It made me feel like he's trying to cover up for his image as a rapper that was portraying themselves to be in the streets and a gangster and shit. And then he had to catch himself. He said, I was always on the military base. Then he said, yeah, at a really young age, to let us know, like, when I was a teenager or in my young 20s, I was in these streets. That was weird. I might be reading too much into it, but that was odd that he had to let us know it was at a young age. You as a kid, we're going to assume it's a young age, but I don't know how public he is about his childhood, what he talks about.
I know what that meant to them families that have been away from for home for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years sometimes.
I just hope he gets to Trump. This is what it's about. It's not about the president. It's not about the office. Like, Trump is a different type of beast when it comes to this shit.
All could be 10-year plus, dependent. And here we get a chance to go out here and bring a little bit of home to these people. And I mean, long story short, I know, like, if these people, the military means a lot.
You're saying about the military,
right? If these people these are people that enlist.
Go perform for the military all you want.
They give everything that they have so that we can have these choices, so that we can have these freedoms. And here's the kicker: they do it no matter who is in office. People act like the men and women of our military.
Yes, that's true. They're here to serve the country, not a man. Trump wants people to serve him as an individual. He puts himself above the Constitution. He puts himself before the country. He's not respecting the office. He's not respecting the troops. He calls them suckers and losers. If you get captured, you shouldn't win an award or whatever. You're not somebody to be celebrated if you're a prisoner of war. Like, come on now. You talk about doing your homework, but you supporting somebody that don't support the troops for real.
A chance to vote. They get a chance to vote too. Sometimes they candidate don't win.
Yes, but that has nothing to do with Trump's behavior.
If they push the button, they gotta go. They gotta go.
What does the military have to do with the inauguration?
That means,
thank you, Willie.
If these people can give their life for the office, Nelly can perform.
It's not for the office. It's for the country, you idiot. See, bro, boy, these rappers, boy, I'm telling you, if they could give their life for the office. You think them niggas is serving the president? They're serving the country, bro. Please, Willie, catch that.
If these people can give their life for the office, out of respect, they give their life for the love of this country.
Willie, please
I
correct
love
him.
this country as well. It is an honor for me to perform for the president of the United States, regardless of who is in office. If President Biden would have asked me to perform, I would have performed. If Vice President Kamala Harris would have won and asked me to perform, I would have performed. I did a thing with Vice President Kamala Harris. Could have been last year, a year or two ago, a Juneteenth event. I respect the office. It wasn't politics. You see what I'm saying? It was an honor for me to do it.
Please correct him.
Considering the backlash that you've received for agreeing to this performance, right?
But I've been getting backlash. I've been getting backlash my whole career. That don't bother me.
But this particular backlash is different.
Right.
How do you reconcile your artistic choices with the diverse political beliefs of your fan base?
That's my fan base. If my fan base really have a political belief, right? Here's the thing. Like, I agree in family first. I believe in family first. Period. Period. Family before politics. Family above and beyond. Like, right? Like, so now we don't always seem like we're making those choices sometimes when we're, you know, when we grow up the way that we grow up. Sometimes when we in the hoods and we're doing certain things, it's like, no, you know, you're not putting your family first when you out there hustling, or you're not really putting your family first. Like, we can rationalize that and say that we are. We can rationalize that and say that we are, but really we're not, because we're taking certain choices. But in our hearts, we truly believe that. So in this type of situation, if my fans are so, if politics is above and beyond anything other than what that person stands for, what that person has done, then I apologize that I, quote unquote, let you down, because I thought you was riding with me for the scholarships that I've been giving away since
I don't think he gonna lose no. Like, if you really fuck with Nelly, this ain't gonna make you stop, but it's just a little disappointing to A, see him do it, and B, he's doing it without even knowing things, because this man just did a whole rant about the military, and this ain't about the military. And I wish Willie D called him and said, well, the military puts the country first, not the president. Or who's the president? They serve in the country. That's what they care about. Win or lose, your candidate, win or lose, that has absolutely nothing to do with your service for the country. And the problem in this situation is that Trump has put himself before the country. He doesn't really care about it. So to perform in his inauguration is just kind of a slap in the face for who you claim to care about.
I've been in this business. I thought you was riding with me for the people that I got signed up on the bone marrow stem cell registry that was all record breaking and helping people save lives. I thought you was riding with your boy for the children that we visit at Children's Hospital to brain. I thought you was riding with me for the bikes and the presents and the things that we give away to unfortunate kids at Christmas. I thought you was riding with me because I put on for my city and I try to bring my city up every step of the way. I did not know you was riding with me because you thought I would ride for who you voted for. I didn't know that. I apologize. I apologize. I didn't know that I had to agree with your political choices. And I thought it was the things that you do, not the things that you say should be done. If you follow what I do, this shouldn't even be an argument. He's the president. He won. This isn't a campaign. This isn't an RNC. I'm not out on the political campaign. I didn't get none of that 1.5. You see what I'm saying? Like, to try to help somebody get voted.
Kamala didn't invite you to
No. She didn't invite me.
She didn't invite me either, man. I was gonna do all that.
Like, so, but I don't knock the ones that did. I don't knock the brothers and sisters that benefited from it. I don't knock the correspondents that may have gotten money to do that. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because it's an honor. I respect the office. It don't matter who is in office. The same way that our men and women, our brothers and sisters who protect this country, have to go to war and have to put their life on the line for whoever in office. So if they can put their life on the line for whoever in office, I can damn sure perform for whoever.
What do you say to the people that say we're not giving you this backlash because of your political affiliation or your political choice or whatever? We're giving you this backlash because you are propping up a white supremacist.
I would ask them to show me where he's a white supremacist, and here's the thing.
I don't even have that. Some things is way, like, people be having them strong claims, and it's like a claim that strong, you need a lot of proof, and I don't like the fact that he even asked him that, because that's not easy to prove if you feel like he's a white supremacist. I would never make that argument, even if I maybe felt that way deep down, which I don't think he's a white supremacist. I think he's too stupid to be a white supremacist, but I just there's just not a easy thing to prove. So why even make the claim?
Okay, I get it. He did say if you don't vote for me, you're not black, right? Oh no, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. That wasn't him. Hold on. I'm trying to think. Hold on. He did create.
Bruh. These niggas need to just rap, bro. And I hate to say that, but if you this uninformed about this shit, why even perform for the president, bro? Or if you was, why even agree to the interview? Because this is.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
He did create the crime bill in the 90s, which said that if you get caught.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's being sarcastic. I'm sorry. He's being sarcastic. So you ain't political, but you're holding what Joe Biden did in the 90s against him, but you ain't. This is now I'm probably finna get pissed because if you know everything, if you know about the 94 crime bill and he said if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, why don't you know about him Trump trying to overturn the freaking election for this country that you claim you care about, or him disparaging the very fucking troops that you claim that you care so much about? Where's this energy? But you're holding things against Biden, though.
5 grams of crack, you do a mandatory 5 years that had mass incarceration. I think even the Vice President Kamala spoke on that part that said that the crime bill played a huge part. He didn't do that. Let me see. What did he do? I'm trying to think. The white supremacy. Hold on. I'm gonna get to it. Okay.
This is interesting.
Did not.
So you know some politics.
Rent to black people. What was it, in the 70s or the 80s? Is that what they said? And like,
is that what they said? You were so confident about the 94 crime bill, and if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, and now he didn't rent to black folks. You remember that? So okay.
Is he written to him now? So
what is Joe Biden? Is the 94 crime bill still actively? Yes, it played a part in what people went through, but is he still trying to lock people up now? What the hell is going on?
Nobody's allowed to change. Right? See, here's the thing. So we can talk about past, but we never want to talk about our past. If we bring up
nigga, he just tried to overturn the government on the last election. Overturn the vote of the country.
If our past get brought up in our community for a lot of what of our men did,
Willie D
we always call it rehabilitate. Yo, these young brothers, we've been through a lot. I know I've been through a lot. If my past was going to prevent me from winning today, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that he ain't got some fucked up ways. That's not what I'm saying at all. That's why I'm not telling you who to vote for. But what I'm saying is that he's the president of the United States. He's not the candidate for the United States. He's the president. He won.
I think if Trump, some of these ways, like, you know, with the housing discrimination that he participated in back in the 80s, if that was a one-off, if that was, or even if he had some other things going on where he looked like a bigot to us, that might be one thing. But it's another thing when he starts saying things like when you have a situation where you have black folks getting their heads blown off by the police with impunity, and Trump says, I'm going to give them even more impunity. Hold on. We're going to be the ones affected the most by something like
impunity. He's not giving them.
He didn't say he was going to give them impunity. He said he was going to give them immunity.
Right. Not for working outside of your job. Nobody's going to give anybody immunity to go around and shoot and kill people.
He said he wants to give the police full immunity, so that would entail if they're on the job, whatever happens to them, whatever they do, they won't be punished for, Nelly. Whether or not it happens, he said it, and you shouldn't be okay with him for even saying that, especially if you don't like it. You sound like you don't like that idea, do you? But he said that.
Right? That means he could go around and shoot and
kill the president. But that's what he said he was going to do.
That means police can go around and shoot and kill the president.
That's what he said he was going to do.
If you look at that law, it says outside of the scope of their job.
No, we're not talking about what exists right now, Nelly. We know how the police supposed to operate right now. The man said he wants to give the police full immunity.
It's the same thing, and a lot of us would agree right now that the police already have it, right? So why would we think that would mean that if they're not paying now, then they're not going to pay, right? Listen,
This nigga, man.
Man, don't hit me with the bird, man, dog. Don't hit me with the bird.
yeah. No, because I'm trying to choose my words carefully because I don't want to get into rhetoric and regurgitation of what back and forth on either side is happening, because that's not it. That's why I'm not telling you who to vote for.
Will you stop saying that?
If you're saying in the 80s hippie would have been a one-off, well, okay, I'm not okaying anything he's done. I'm not here to take up for Trump. I'm just saying we don't hold everybody else accountable in the same manner.
What are you talking about? People get held accountable all the time. He's consistently been doing wrong to people around him in this country since the 80s, clearly, since the 70s. He's been doing people wrong around him. He's consistently been a shit person for 50 years, as far as I know. He's been a shit person. So what do you mean people change, people grow? He's on the latter end of his life. What are you saying, bro? He ain't changed. He's been a shit person. If anything, he's gotten worse in some ways.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, why aren't we holding...
Who are you talking about?
Mass incarceration and people who made a bill to encourage states to build more prisons? Why wouldn't we? Why?
I hate when people do this because they act like the freaking Congressional Black Caucus wasn't supporting the 94 crime bill. The cities was tore the fuck up over crack. All they was trying to do was fix the problem. And yes, there were consequences to us trying to fix things that affected the black community long term, and that's perfectly fine to point out. But to sit here and act like white people was just like, let's get all these black people in jail, as if black people wasn't trying to make sure their cities wasn't being torn upside down, they was right there with them. They like. Joe Biden didn't single-handedly do this, but you know what I'm saying? Like, in retrospect, yes, it was not the best idea, but them people really was trying to get their cities together. It was bad. It was really bad. So the intention wasn't to cause long-term harm. It just ended up happening that way. But people act like the intent at that time wasn't to try to get crime under control.
Why wouldn't we look at that crippled us as well? But somebody that owns a building in New York City, okay, that's in New York City, but that crime bill affected the whole United States.
What the fuck are you talking about? Somebody that owned a building, as if that's what people criticize Trump for. Why don't you sitting there talking about this 94 crime bill and ain't mentioned, somebody's been in his ear. Nobody's mentioned anything. You ain't mentioned none of the shit Trump did. And I don't know if Willie D even know the stuff, because he just letting them talk, and he ain't pointing out all the crazy shit Trump done partook in.
Affected every hood in the 90s. It affected every urban family to a certain degree, almost, that grew up in the 90s. We all come from, well, I ain't saying we all, people like us who come from certain areas of the states have people who were affected by this crime bill, mass incarceration. Now they say that drug addicts, they need help. Back then, we were considered animals.
You still, again, if you want to sit here and talk about people growing and learning, why aren't you applying that logic to the 94 crime bill? People did things in the past and learned from it to not do it again. And I think Joe Biden has took accountability for it, and I believe he's apologized. I may be wrong, but I believe he wasn't happy. I think he acknowledged what it did and showed remorse for it.
90s. We were considered animals. Lock them up. Don't treat them. Lock them up.
You're not giving Joe Biden that credit.
It's an addiction. We need to get these people help. That, to me, that's more racist. To me, it's more racist to say, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. To a black man on a black show in 2020. Not what somebody did in 1980.
You ain't telling nobody to vote for it. That's fine. You don't have to tell nobody to vote for it. But you got a lot of energy for Joe Biden, and I don't hear any smoke for Trump. Very interesting. I don't hear any smoke for Trump. We going off what people was doing in the 90s. What about the Central Park? When he was trying to get them locked up, he wanted them killed. It's one thing to say put them in jail. He wanted them killed. So what about that? He was working off of the information he had at that time. You know, they thought they was guilty. People wanted their cities to not go in flames because of crack. They was trying to fix the problem. They was going off the information they had at the time.
To me, that seems more racist to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Willie, please, please know something.
You got to point that. Look, man, when you're right, you're right. You know what I'm saying? When
Oh,
you're right, you're right.
No, oh my God.
The thing about
you got to be
Biden, I do
me.
believe, I think
we
find ourselves in a very peculiar situation in this country as
it's
black
nothing
people.
Worse than two people sitting here not knowing shit.
No matter which side we go on, even if we go on the black side, oftentimes we're gonna get stabbed in the back. We're in a country that targets us for failure, and
I don't want to hear
even
this.
When we want to get into the scene, try to do the right thing, and try to be a conduit for change. Oftentimes, we find ourselves crippled by the politics, and we can't really get a lot done. So it's like when you look at Biden, I think people want to believe that Biden has turned a new leaf. They want to believe that Biden has turned a new leaf because they gotta rock with somebody,
right?
We're in a situation where we got to pick a side. You got to rock with somebody, and then you have those of us who say, "Man, fuck all of them. I don't want to rock with none of them."
I'm independent. I'm independent. That's why I don't tell you.
I'm also independent.
That's why I don't tell you. I don't swing either way. The only reason we're talking today is because he won. He's the president. I'm here to perform for the office. That's all. That's that.
So your point. So what do you say to people who say, "Yeah, the Trump comes with the office"? So you're performing for Trump. His name is on the inauguration.
Well, more than half this country voted for Trump. If you respect the process, when the process works in your favor, respect it.
Actually, that's not true. That's technically not true. More than half the country didn't vote for Trump. More than half the country did vote for somebody. They voted for somebody that wasn't Trump. To honestly, it's because of the with the electoral college and shit how it worked out. But more than half the country voted for somebody that wasn't Trump.
Process when it don't work in your favor.
But I think that's hold on, stop right there. That's a good point. That's an excellent point.
Yeah.
One of the issues that people have is that Trump don't respect the process when it don't work in his favor.
Thank you.
Okay.
Things don't go his way. Like if he had not won, he would have said everybody cheated on him. He got cheated.
But I was told certain people when they go low, we go high.
Shut the fuck
up. When they go low, I go low.
I know you're low. I feel you.
I
feel you.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something, my brother.
Oh my God.
I
get Nelly has a stance. It's clear as that he lied somewhere. He just said, "I don't tell you who to vote for," but you clearly have a side that you're on, and that's fine. But don't sit here. I don't tell you who to vote for.
To like federal politics or like that. I agree with the homie Killer Mike and the brother Killer Mike when he said like, "Yo, you should be more on your state politics more than anything." That. And I'm not saying that I'm really intertwined into all of that. I just want to do good by my people, and that means getting things done. That means getting things done.
I think getting things done involves taking a stance for something that's more than likely being on the wrong side of history, sir. You clearly either ignoring everything Trump has done to disgrace the office, or you just don't care. Either way, it's irresponsible for you to sit here and act like you preaching to somebody about do stuff on the state politics and I don't tell you who to vote for. Woo woo woo.
You're mad about what's not happening, but you ain't doing shit.
And he just didn't acknowledge the fact that he said he don't respect the office. He just diverted away from that conversation.
And like, but you ain't helping nobody. You bitching and you moaning, but what are you doing? Like, show me results from your bitching and your moaning. So I say that to say, I voted for President Obama. When Obama came through St. Louis, my brother, I went out there. I gave my support. I was proud to be back there. I love President Obama. I love Michelle Obama. I love the Obama family like everybody else. This has nothing to do with a political view. You see what I'm saying? Because you have your view and other people have their view. But above and beyond, when you hear certain people telling you don't go to holiday, don't go visit your family on holidays, because if you got a family member that voted differently than you, then you shouldn't go. Wait a minute, what? I got a 90-year-old granny. I'm not gonna go. What if my granny don't make it next year?
I don't care about none of this. We
not
talking
promised.
about why you performing.
So now I'm
like,
mad at the uncle who put
you
me
talking
through
about
high
people,
school, who
the
paid for my
family and
car,
shit, like,
who did this.
come on,
Now
bro.
I don't want to talk to him. So damn what he's done for me. I'm gonna put politics over family. And you want me to believe that you for unity when you telling me don't go be with my family on the holidays?
He just said, like, did you experience this or something? Because I don't think that's the majority of people's situation. I know there's people out there like that, but that's not like this. Did this happen to you?
As a politics,
and now you bitter?
You should be the main component. Your politics should first and foremost family unite. Family unite. That's what your politics should first and foremost family unite. Anybody that's telling you not to.
Yeah, but if you support somebody that's actively harming family, it's
be
like,
with your family
where do you
because of politics. That's who you
where
listen
do you
to.
go from there?
I'm just saying. That's who you listening to. Well, then I'm cool. Then you right. Nelly the sellout. Nelly's not the one, because Nelly ain't gonna let nobody tell them what to do with his family. There's no way I'm not going to see my granny on Christmas. There's no way I'm not going to see my granny on Thanksgiving. There's no way I'm not going to hang with my little cousins. Oh, there's no way. There's no way. When I ain't seen them all year, some people I ain't seen in 2-3 years. Come on, man. That's whack. That's
when we got on the phone. You know, during our conversation on yesterday, you reflected on the intersection of your artistic expression and the political implications of your performance at Trump's inauguration celebration. And you provided some insight into your motivations and reasoning behind, you know, getting on that stage. And I started thinking, because I'm a thinker.
okay.
I started thinking, because I like to be like, I have my convictions like everybody else.
Yeah.
But I think one of the reasons why I've gotten as far as I've gotten is because, you know, I seek the truth, and I like knowledge, and I like information. And if I hear something that's truthful, then, you know, I got to accept it, because I don't want to be a damn fool. I don't want to look like a fool. So when I thought about that performance, you performing on that stage, you know, for Trump's inauguration, this Republican guy who is a MAGA supporter and blah blah blah, I started thinking, like, well, how different is that than getting on stage at one of these venues that's owned by a MAGA supporter, and we have all of our celebrities and entertainers get on those stages and perform. Every single, whether you MAGA, whether you this or that, everybody that we love get on those stages at some point, grace those stages. And you don't care if they're Democrat.
It's so different to perform at the inauguration of the leader of MAGA, which for all intents and purposes is not geared towards the country first, but more so about this person. These people care about Donald Trump, and they serve him. They don't even serve a political ideology. That part is like second to this shit at this point. It ain't even about being a Republican. And now you're trying to say, well, you getting up and performing for Donald Trump. What's the difference if you perform at a venue of a MAGA supporter? That's not the focal point of what's happening. This is about the man that tried to overturn the will of the country, winning president, and you're like, hey, welcome to take a ride with me. We three, like, come on. That's totally different, bro.
Or a Republican that owns that venue. The same thing with
Willie D pissing me off because he don't seem to know shit either.
we even on this medium that we're on right now, and we're sharing this information and having this discussion.
This might be owned by a MAGA supporter.
This
Zoom.
medium that we're using right now, even StreamYard, is not a Democratic owned
How do you know that? This is stupid. All right, I don't. This is like he didn't know what he don't know the information to go back and forth with Nelly, and that's pathetic because Nelly sounds stupid right now. Yeah, man. I mean, it's a 50-minute interview. Of course, as always, I'm gonna post the full untouched clip in the description. But I was really hoping Willie D would at least know a little bit more to challenge Nelly and make him really think. But I don't know what the purpose of this was. Maybe they like each other and he don't want to cause no friction, or he legitimately doesn't know the information. Nelly sounds like a idiot. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm boycotting Nelly or nothing like that. I don't listen to him on any regular basis, but it is what it is. I just think it's just stupid when you just say shit and don't know. If you just want to perform for the president, just do it and shut up and don't do no interviews. Because the shit you're saying now, you sound stupid. You contradicting yourself. You cherry picking information. All that shit is goofy to me, and it just makes it worse than if you just had your performance and kept it pushing, bro. Like, it is what it is. If you made it to this point in the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, sub. If not one, then all three, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.